Ms. Maria Rodriguez. I serve the members of the Florida Immigrant Coalition, including the founding member, one of the founding members, the Family Action Network movement. I'm really saddened by this latest hour that we've been here, where we're questioning Marlene Bastien's standing and stakeholdership in Little Haiti and in this massive and historic development that could represent the death of what we know as Little Haiti. I am not saying that the agreement could not have some positive connotations, but obviously this development is tearing this community apart. And what we're seeing today is a result of decades of neglect by the city of some of the most vulnerable communities. That's a result of systemic racism and, frankly, in an immigrant town, of explicit anti-Blackness. The SAPs, the 4 SAPs, there's like a feeding frenzy to this elevated ground because of the sea rise, that this feeding frenzy is changing the DNA of this town. What is Miami without Little Havana and Little Haiti? What is this town? I think that it's important to understand that $1 million, $6 million, $31 million, the real concern of the people in this room is that we don't trust that money will get to the real residents of Little Haiti. That we don't trust that there's representation in this dais for the humble, hardworking people of Little Haiti.
Thank you.
And so we exhort you to look at development that's sustainable, that's equitable, and that's inclusive, and that this community is not ready to move on this agreement.
Thank you for your comments.
Good afternoon. My name is, good evening or good night or something. My name is Pat Santangelo. I represent several Haitian American businesses and business owners that are directly adjacent to or right across the street or within a quarter to the half a mile of Little Haiti, who are enthusiastically in favor of this program, of this special area plan. The businesses in specific are Piedmont Book Restaurant, Piedmont Book Bakery, Radio Piedmont Book, the CNN of Haitian Radio, Chez Bebe Restaurant, owned by Piedmont Book, and Piedmont couldn't be here tonight, kind of busy guy. Also, Providence Community Medical Centers, also All Florida Construction, and also as a board member of the Little Haiti Football Club, which is a nonprofit that has children playing at Little Haiti Soccer Park for free every day, 5 days a week, keeping the kids off the street till 8 o'clock at night. We're all in favor of this program for this special area plan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat. Pat? Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Are you representing them officially? Are you registered
Yes,
to
in
represent
fact, I believe there's a letter in the file from each of those businesses in favor of the special area plan.
Thank you. I just wanted to establish that you're representing them.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rene Charles Maurice, 180 Northwest 60th Street, Miami, Florida, 33127. I'm an economist, and I'd like to first by saying thank you guys for your time. For the audience here, just to let you know, we have the most handsomest commission in the state of Florida. I want to start off with a prayer. It says, Isaiah 29:13 says, "These people come near me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are so far from me. So says the Lord." And in paraphrasing, so we speak with our mouths, but our hearts are so far from me. So says the Lord. Renee says, the separation between your mouth and your heart is called BS. And I believe that through a lot of political jargon and a lot of lawyer jargon, that we've been receiving a lot of BS as the constituents and the people who live in Little Haiti. There's a lot of things that are up in the air. And I'm fully against the development of Magic City. I witnessed gentrification, and at first I thought it was a bad thing, and it's not a bad thing, guys. It's the process to increase the value of a community. And I remember Mr. Carrillo talked about face value, projects, and I'm talking specifically about intrinsic value. And for the people who don't know, intrinsic value is not measured by the size of the profit that's made on the project, but more of the size of the problem that is being solved. And we can say Little Haiti is going through some problems, and I'm not asking Magic City to fix those problems. I do believe that the city, the people, and the constituents should be held accountable to do that. But the only benefit that I do see, and I'm grateful for, is that the commission, Mr. Hardiman, and the constituents of Little Haiti who've worked to make some agreements that I hope that these gentlemen here will honor, that you guys will honor on both the commission side and what you said to the people of TIAT and the church of Notre Dame. I have no interest in the trust, and I have no or any of the funds that's being allocated to TIAT. I make my own money, you know, and I help educate individuals and young entrepreneurs to make their own money. I came here today as a public declaration to ask for a seat on the board of the proposed trust, and
Thank
for
you.
specific reasons, and I would like to share those reasons. It won't take long at all.
Thank you.
One, to assure ethics and high standards are being held, and there are people that are being held accountable for the economic liberation
So
of.
your time's up. Just to fully understand though, because I'm getting a mixed message, you are for it,
I am not
you're
for it.
against it, but if it happens, you'd like to be on the board.
As a submit
Thank
to
you.
hold the people accountable. I have no interest in the money, nor do I care about the money. I do care about the preservation and the economic liberation of TIAT. And for you guys who own this and who's writing a check,
Please. Thank you.
walk through the neighborhood.
Please
and
address to
liberate
the dais, but thank you very much for your comments. I
Thank you,
really
Mr. Russell. I
appreciate it.
do
Thank you.
apologize.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hi, my name is Juana Schwarze. I live at 15440 Northeast 10th Court. I'm here to speak in favor of the Magic City SAP. I work at the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach, and I understand the importance of job creation to our community. It's a risk of allowing the Magic City to build greater density, but I believe in the negotiation for greatest community benefit. Locate an island to make the Little Haiti benefits from the developer. I ask you to support the Magic City ASAP. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Thomas Kennedy. Do you need the address for that? No. Okay, so I'm the political director of the Florida Immigrant Coalition. We're here supporting one of our coalition partners, FAM, Family Action Network Movement. So I want to start out by obviously stating my opposition to this project. I think it's totally out of character with the neighborhood. I think it's actually a monstrosity that in a neighborhood with a median household income of $25,000, it's obviously going to displace people. It's obviously going to gentrify the community. It's obviously going to push the local businesses out. It's going to displace people. Like Maria Rodriguez, my boss, said, this is the result of decades of neglect in the community of Little Haiti and many other communities, actually. And what we should be doing is actually promoting investment that grows the community organically, that actually gives the opportunity for people within that community to stay there. But if this project happens, if this monstrosity happens, what we're gonna have is another design district in Little Haiti. And I just wanna actually also say that I am disgusted with the way Marlene Bastien was treated. Her legitimacy as a leader in Little Haiti is without question. The work that FAM has done in that community, we all know it. And the historical standing of FAM of more than three decades of work, it speaks for itself. So you guys really should show more respect because it's shameful the way you guys are acting.
Thank you for your comments.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Rose Dennis. I'm the President of Unite Here Local 355. Address is 1525 Northwest 167, Miami, Florida. And I'm here to represent the hospitality workers to speak up on favor of the Magic City Special Area Plan application. Our union represents over 300 families in the Little Haiti neighborhood. These members are some of our toughest members. Many have left family in Haiti to make the dangerous trip here to South Florida, and now they are the backbone of Miami tourist industry. making our area thrive. We take our role in South Florida very seriously. The hospitality industry can be brutal, and those that work on it. Too many are unable to see their families on holidays because they are serving others. And many work two jobs because the industry won't pay them enough to survive working one. They are literally the invisible army that makes our city work. We understand how hard it is, and we understand how it doesn't have to be that way. We are happy to state that our union has been able to execute an agreement with Magic City that provides a path for us to work together with the developers so Little Haiti benefits from the hospitality job created. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, Sherman Ratner, President 1809 Brickell Tenants Association, which is a legitimate organization recognized by HUD under 24 CFR 245. Just to go over a couple of numbers here, if I gather, this was back paper calculation, 2,662 units, roughly $250,000 apiece, plus the commercial, about 1 million square feet. And you've got something like $1 billion to $1.5 billion project. And if you're getting $31 million out of that, you're getting like less than 3%. Now your inclusionary zoning is based on 7%. So this is, if you look at it on no other basis, it's pretty lousy deal. They should be paying you $70 to $100 million in community incentive programs. I'm sorry? Hey, so you should have that right there. They need to come back to the table because this does not compute. On top of that, instead of, we've all been working towards making affordable housing part of projects, not taking them and putting them over here. This is going to just be a walled city where nobody who actually lives in the community or in that area now will be able to afford to live. So the idea that they're shipping the people out and they're going to give you $31 million and who knows where that money is going to wind up to is just pure nonsensical. So if for no other reason, and given the short notice, because this was profoundly different change in the whole structure of the program, that they should come and you're going to decide on something that they have so completely different. And there's nothing wrong with taking some of that money and putting it into the community, and I commend that. But it's a lousy deal. It's a terrible deal, and I know you argue about $100,000 in glass windows and a few dollars here. This is like half, a third, a quarter of what you should be getting out of this project, given the impact. And their organization is a mile away from where this is, and you cannot tell me $1 billion project does not have an impact on them.
Thank you, Mr. Ratner.
Thank you.
Mr. Parrish.
Andy Parrish, Wind and Rain Home Builders, 3678 Grand Avenue. First of all, I want to express my gratitude, even though I'm standing over here, to Marlene Bastien for coming down today. If there is a spokesperson for Little Haiti, it's Marlene. Everybody knows it, and I'm not going to pontificate on intervening status because I gave up my practicing law a long time ago. I'm here, though, because I really appreciate Commissioner Hardiman in particular trying to get a better deal, because what I'm concerned about with SAPs is community benefits. What I've seen before throughout the city is the community benefits don't take into account what the community wants. First of all, let me preface it by saying this developer is coming to an area which for over 5 decades has had no private investment. There may have been some public investment, but no private investment. And private investment is what Little Haiti lacks, what Allapattah lacks, what West Grove has lacked. So I take my hats off to them. They're going to a place with terrible demographics. My wife is a commercial real estate broker. She says nobody would go and build new developments in Little Haiti because the demographics, the poverty there is so extreme that it's very hard to make any money. So the result is they need density to be able to do this. So I have very mixed feelings about this project. But overall, I think the SAPs are in the code. This project is tried as hard as it can. It's huge, and it will gentrify the neighborhood. It will change the demographics. Let me just finish. I'll take a little. This is a very complicated subject.
You have 22 seconds.
what happens is when you have too much investment too quickly, especially if you have more than one SAP, it will absolutely decimate the area, and that's what Marlene and the people here are concerned about. What I'm going to tell you tonight, though, is on top of that, I don't think you guys are nearly bold enough. You've read about the crisis of affordable housing in Miami. This is, I agree with the last speaker, 31 million is not going to do very much. It may be a lot for them, but 31 million, wait, I really need to finish this. I really do, and I've been here with no lunch or anything since 11 o'clock. You had lunch, I'm sure. What happens is that 31 million is going to get sucked away and is not going to do anything really for the community that I can see. What every one of these speakers has said, we want to stay in our community.
Thank you.
And the only way to do that is for you guys to get more creative and to find ways, both rental, you can take some of that 31 million and buy apartment buildings. You can do what Commissioner Reyes wants to do, and do home ownership. But you can also think much bigger than that.
Mr.
You can
Parrish,
do a land
your
trust.
point is very well made.
But I'm not done yet, Commissioner, and I've been here a long
I
time.
don't mean to be rude, but everybody
You
gets
can
2
have a
minutes.
land
I
trust.
can't be unfair. I
You
can't
can
be
have a
unfair.
land trust, and the land trust can be funded partly with the $31 million, and it can do lots of things for the community long-term and help the people stay in the community more than just 5 years.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair.
And Elvis.
Thank
two,
you.
2
Elvis-
minutes? We're looking at 2 minutes here?
Elvis Cruz, 631 Northeast 57th Street. This proposal is horrible on several different levels. Even before this SAP is considered, the city of Miami is already zoned to allow 8 times more housing units than were counted in the 2010 census. That's right, 8 times more housing units than in 2010, calculated by your own planning department. That means 8 times more population. We already know what our traffic congestion is like today, and our problems with potable water supply, sewage treatment capacity, parking capacity, hurricane evacuation time, and more. Imagine when the population is 2 times more, 4 times more, 6 times more, and 8 times more. Again, that 8-fold increase is already allowed before this SAP is considered. Miami is hugely overzoned. You should not be upzoning, you should be downzoning. More importantly, this SAP is illegal. It would violate Miami 21, section 3.9.1H10, which requires the capacity or height distribution to be in character and scale with the surrounding area. They are proposing 25-story buildings in an area with 2-story buildings max. It is clearly out of character and scale with the area and therefore illegal. That is a departure from an essential requirement of law. Do not fall for the absurd contention in the zoning analysis that because they're placing 25-story buildings behind 8-story or 5-story buildings, that it somehow becomes legal. You just heard item PZ4, where a 2-story building was proposed, and the planning director said it would be in character with the 2-story buildings around it. Here they are proposing 25-story buildings in a neighborhood of 2-story buildings. Yes, it's that crazy. This is not downtown Miami, this is Little Haiti. And if the goal is to destroy the character of Little Haiti, this will do it. If the goal is to displace the community of Little Haiti, this will do it. Lastly, this is illegal on another level. Miami 21 section 71282CG requires any rezoning application to explain why the existing zoning is inappropriate in light of the intent of Miami 21 and particularly in relation to effects on adjoining properties. There is no such analysis in their application because it would be impossible to craft a credible argument that the existing zoning is inappropriate.
Thank you, Alex.
You're very welcome. Please do the right thing, protect your constituents, vote no, then pass legislation to not allow upzonings in SAPs.
Thank you for your comments.
Good evening, Mr. Chair,
Good evening.
members of the Commission. My name is Gypsy Natalis. I serve as Executive Director of Santla, Haitian Neighborhood Center. For purposes of my intervention, I'll give my business address. My office is located at 13390 West Dixie Highway, North Miami, Florida. I have been there 2 years now since I had to move out of Miami. I stand before you to say that I support this project, though this has not been an easy process. I want to begin by saying that I support it because we don't want to stand in the way of something that may happen outside of our will. We don't want to stay in the way of a project that has potential benefits. Clearly, there's some challenges, and I know that we are putting in place a number of mitigating mechanisms to ensure that our community isn't displaced, our community is not destroyed, our community is not harmed in ways that we would be guilty of allowing to happen. I want to say that I appreciate the fact that the developers have taken the time to speak with many of us. Yes, I must say that. We've had many conversations, many difficult conversations, many unpleasant conversations, but we have come to an agreement that we believe, at least I believe, and in my heart of hearts, is the best that we could do at this point. But we also know that Commissioner Hardeman stands to protect and defend the interests of this community. He stands here to protect and defend the conditions that we have proposed in terms of not only the trust, but what ought to happen in this community. And I love the fact that the focus on affordable housing or mechanisms to ensure that people remain here, protect their homes, preserve their homes, small businesses have an opportunity to remain, artists have an opportunity to remain, students have an opportunity to have access to opportunities to benefit from all of this. And so I would urge each and every one of you, because I think this challenge or this crisis or this emergency of affordable housing is one that each of you is experiencing in your districts, right? From Coconut Grove to Alapata to Little Haiti to Overtown to Liberty City. We all know that it's a reality, and it's going to be incumbent upon you, members of this commission, right, who happen to be sort of supervising this challenge today. So we want to be on the right side of history. You want history to document you've done all that you could to guarantee that people in this community would have the affordable housing that they deserve. And so again, I thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you again, Commissioner Hardeman, for all you've done this day.
Thank you for your comments. Yes, I do. I really don't want to cut anybody's mic. You will hear a 30-second beep, which is a short beep, and that's sort of the, let's start bringing it together to get to the final point. And then you'll hear a long beep, and that is the 2-minute mark. And I really don't want to be rude because I know you've waited all day, and it's very important that you be heard. Both sides, all sides, everybody. I don't want to cut anybody off, but please try to respect the time. Thank you.
I'd like to say good evening to Commissioner Reyes, Chairman Russell, Commissioner Gord, and Commissioner Hardeman. It's very clear that this deal that's on the table today is historical. And I do want to commend Commissioner Hardeman for the work that he has put behind this deal in order for us to be here today. I do want to thank Magic City for, of course, coming to this point with the type of finances that's on the table right now. I do have some concerns. In return for the developers having all rights and privileges that comes with an SAP, it's only right and fair that no changes or amendments that requires commissioner approval will not be heard, discussed or voted on without the balance of funds paid to the trust. I also request that a certain date be associated with the balance of the funds paid to the trust. The community should not be at the mercy of the developers to fulfill its obligations and commitments. I am asking for a 5 to 7 year timeline to be added to the agreement for the balance of the funds. I think that the focus of us being here this evening is to try to safeguard the Haitian indigenous community, and we need to find some kind of way to mitigate the impact that's going to happen in the community. And we do want the community to partake, in this successful endeavor that's going to be good for each and every one of us. So I do urge, and from what I've seen, these guys have been putting in a lot of work to make things happen, and we're very happy about that. But I just want to make sure that there are some safeguards put in place in order to make sure that our community can partake. And the date and timeline is very important, and rather than be permanent. So those are my conditions, but I am for the project.
Thank you for your comments.
Good evening. My name is Reverend Reginald Jamali. My address is 110 Northeast 62nd Street, Miami, Florida 33138, and I'm the current administrator of Notre Dame de Haiti Catholic Church. And I'm the direct neighbor to Magic City. And for the record, let me begin by saying that I represent 4,988 registered members in Little Haiti. And I don't think that there is any institution in the diaspora that is stronger and that have more people than Notre Dame de Haiti Catholic Church. And for the record again, let me begin by saying 5 years ago, the faithful of Notre Dame de Haiti, in the middle of the inflation, built a $5 million church in 50 years in Little Haiti, not paid by the city. And also today I would like to begin first of all by expressing my gratitude to my distinguished Commissioner, Adamon, and to all of you, because it's my third trip in the city hall. And I've witnessed the good hearts, the good efforts you are making to defend the dignity of Little Haiti. And thank you, Commissioner, for all your leadership and all the sacrifices you have made to come to that agreement, I believe will help the community of Little Haiti. I would like also to express my gratitude to Marlene Bastien. She was the one who introduced me to the issue of gentrification in Little Haiti. Thank you so very much. Because I've come to understand that through her. But like I said from the beginning, I am not against development. I have met several times with the people of Magic City. We have argued on good terms and bad terms. And I must tell you that in my correct conscience, I felt that these people have made a consensus, honest effort to come to that agreement that we have today. I am for that agreement. I will ask you to let Magic City proceed with the project, and also I will ask that you do all your best to safeguard that agreement for the people of Little Haiti. And today the most important thing, Chairman, that all of us, the Haitian leaders, not to rely on what people are giving us, put our heads together and give our community the dignity it deserves so that the young people have a future.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Laura Munoz, and
thank you very much.
Thank you. And like many people here, I want to remind the Commission that this is historic, and that the impact that it will have impact for generations to come. And this is something that should not be taken lightly. And to be honest, I'm keeping myself together because I honestly think that this is a disgrace. What has been offered is a disgrace. That to put that number to our community, to the displacement that will come, is a disgrace. I think that our community deserves so much more, and that this deal is really ridiculous, in my opinion. And that this commission should definitely fight for more. I am completely opposed. I think that it's a disgrace what's going on here, and I would ask you to reconsider. And in addition to that, I would like to also talk about my concern about the way that Marlene was treated today by this commission. It was ridiculous. And all of those men should be ashamed to treat a person who has worked so hard for the community for years in that way. It's really just, I cannot even put words to it. So I am completely opposed to it, and I believe you all really should go back. This is going to impact and think about on-site affordable housing on the building, on-site affordable housing. Think about doing an impact analysis, not just rush through things that are going to impact community for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, good evening. My name is Elisa Cepeda, and I'm here on behalf of the Palm Grove neighborhood. And I would like to expand a little bit on the letter that was introduced that Magic City described, and that also Commissioner Hardiman mentioned. And if it's okay with you, Chairman, I'd like to distribute the actual letter to each of you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gilbert Placeres. I'm the organizing director with Engage Miami. We talk to young people every day about what issues they care about and what issues are on their mind. And affordable housing is surprisingly already a top issue for them, even though they usually still live with their parents and aren't covering all the bills yet. I think that just speaks to the crisis that we're facing in the city, and you all know what a crisis is. Commissioner Russell, you mentioned the slow creep of gentrification in the city. And with all due respect, I don't think it's a slow creep that we're facing. And with this development, it's only going to go into overdrive in the neighborhood of Little Haiti. And I think how we address this crisis and this issue today is about the future of the city, and if we're going to prioritize the people of the city or the people who want to make money in the city. An SAP is not supposed to be a get out of zoning free card. I'm kind of confused about how we're talking about the $31 million today. This is a $1 billion project. Like was already mentioned, that's less than about 3% of that. And if you think about how many profits are going to be made on those $1 billion, I think it's a rounding error. I don't understand why we're saying it's a $31 million historic. I don't understand what amazing things are going to come out of those $31 million compared to the impact that that development is going to have on the neighborhood. And to be honest, to see it talked about that way, I'm not sure folks are understanding the crisis that we are in this city. I don't understand how we're going to build 2,500 rental units and none of those are going to be affordable housing on site. Again, I don't think we're understanding the crisis that we are in the city for actually considering that. So yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of big developments keep on coming up, and if this is going to be a constant issue, and I think we really have to think about what's the future of the city and who are we considering for that future, and really improve the process for developing this SAPs. We've talked a lot about displacement today, but there are no displacement studies. I think that's something you have to consider, and also consider all these, what's the amalgamated impact of all these different developments and how it's really impacting the community, because we're really just taking them one by one and this process isn't working out. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. As I stated, I am a resident of Palm Grove, and I'm very grateful that Commissioner Hardiman looked out for us and made sure that this letter was included in the record. But we are very cautiously optimistic. We are not geographically in Little Haiti. They are taking the largest part of this project, but we are 50 feet to the east, and they do have buildings in Palm Grove. Unfortunately, traffic is a situation that we're all dealing with, and we are going to absorb a lot of this. We're a very small neighborhood. We are bounded by Northeast 4th Court and Biscayne Boulevard. We've become, in the last couple of years, a cut-through neighborhood. And while I feel that some of these things on this letter are a really great start, I feel also that this puts it back in your lap and in my lap. I need a little bit more from you guys. We've lost opportunities that both the city and the county have agreed on, and we have worked very hard for. For example, on Northeast 59th Street, we had a traffic circle that was ready to go. We couldn't find funding for it. These are studies. How do we fund these projects? We are cautiously optimistic. I need you guys' help to make sure that we can stay in this community and that we can retain our quality of life. A project that came before you a short time ago in Commissioner Gort's district, for example, was much smaller, and they're willing to work on a trolley stop, create a trolley stop, pay for the trolley for these residents. Can we have a little bit more to make sure that Palm Grove is going to be okay as well? Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. I am Daniela Green Lemons. I graduated with my master's in architecture degree 2 years ago from Florida International University. and I am a local architect working in North Miami in the Ironside Plaza neighboring Little Haiti. I am also a proud member of the Miami chapter of the American Institute of Architects. When I consider the neighborhood of Little Haiti, its demographic, physical character, scale, and density, it is an ideal place for understanding the critical impact of social infrastructure. I present the following site analysis and documentation as part of foundational evidence to the incongruent nature of the proposed Magic City Innovation District Special Area Plan. The existing character of downtown Little Haiti along its main corridor of Northeast 2nd Avenue consists of two-story, 25-foot commercial storefronts. The infrastructure is historic, of low-rise buildings developed during the early migration era of Haitian immigrants to Miami during the 1960s and has generated neighborhood profit, cultural stability, and local identity for Little Haiti to date. The definitive urban scale and proportion of the neighborhood is made of sidewalks between 7 to 8 feet off the storefronts, a 12-foot green buffer, and a 7-foot wide parallel and angled parking space flanking the street. The surrounding area branching off minor roads such as Northeast 3rd Avenue is made of 15 to 20-foot high warehouses, as well as civic and residential buildings that do not exceed more than 50 feet. With the establishment of the Miami 21 Code, the existing zoning of Little Haiti allows for a maximum building height between 8 to 10 stories, consistent with the low to mid-rise intimate building pattern. The rezoning proposed in the special area plan would increase the maximum allowable building height to 20 to 25 stories, nearly triple times the existing. Beyond the explicit astronomical, environmental, and infrastructural impacts of rezoning to this capacity, the urban implications are grossly out of scale with the existing neighborhood. The proposed gradation of building heights in the special area plan for the zones surrounding the existing green space of the Magic City Trailer Park would create an insular and isolationist urban experience. Though the proposal provides D1 zone parcels with a maximum building height of 10 stories, the majority of the parcels in the surrounding area are 1 to 3 stories high. In my expert opinion as an architect, locating the tallest buildings of 25 stories abutting the proposed central promenade with a transition to 20 and then to 10-story buildings would create the opposite of the desired urban effect, essentially obstructing views and access to what could otherwise be an open and accessible renovated green space for the community. Additionally, as specified in Article 7, Section 7.1.2.8 C2, in the application for rezoning under Item G, it states, the applicant's analysis shall explain why the zoning change is appropriate and why the existing zoning is inappropriate in light of the intent of the Miami 21 Code, and particularly in relation to effects on adjoining properties. The current application as presented by the MCD, Miami LLC, and others hardly legitimizes the existing zoning of Little Haiti as inappropriate and only includes the minimum required level of analysis with inclusion of an aerial photo, existing land use map, and a few diagrammatic illustrations of the proposed rezoning.
Thank you very much.
In closing, let us be mindful that if policymakers discount the importance of Little Haiti's existing social infrastructure, this would sorely negate Miami's identity as a coastal city leading in innovative urbanism in lieu of climate change and sea level rise.
Thank you for your comments. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Leonie Hermanson, and I'm with Concerned Leaders of Little Haiti. First, I'd like to again thank the Commissioner Hardeman, and thank the folks at Magic City for having really been on the hot seat, wrestled with some of those, with our members on the issues that are very important to us. I also would like to recognize Marlene Bastien. I think that she has led the charge to educate all of us about the impact of gentrification, and I'd like to thank her. I would also like to thank the other leaders in this community, Gypsy Metelus, Flor Lindor, Father Reggie, Father Jules, for having also galvanized the community and educating them around what was going on and elicit from, residents and stakeholders what would be the solutions to stabilizing the community. The reality is that Magic City is not causing gentrification. Gentrification will continue to impact our community even before one brick is laid. And that's the reality. The reality is that we have 75% renters in our community. We have 60% of the property purchased by companies for investment. This is the formula for disaster, for displacement, for pain, and it is not caused by Magic City. That Magic City, in light of this massive gentrification, and I guarantee you that more people will be displaced before they do anything, before any permit is authorized, that Magic City is giving us the opportunity, one that no gentrifier has given us. No one who buys property displaces families saying, here's $5 for their rent. No. And so we're thankful that these funds will help us mitigate the impact, address some of the inequities that exist today in our communities. And so we're looking forward to continuing the fight, but continuing to be vigilant to make sure that the next generation will say that the seniors, the old people really fought hard for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your comment.
Hi Commissioners, my name is Danielle Goodman. I'm here as a friend and recent neighbour of Little Haiti, and I studied history of architecture. I want to address my remarks to you specifically about the governance aspects and the troubling governance aspects, not just of this project, but of all the SATs which are currently threatening Little Haiti. With these SAPs, states of exception have been written into the zoning basis. These are rich men's rules, rights that the general public does not have. This particular state of exception cannot be considered in isolation, but as one of many that threaten this community. Development at this scale will and already has pushed out seniors, small businesses, and renters. I'm not going to reiterate what my friends across the aisle have already said, but just to say that granting multiple states of exception within the code in one small area is dangerous. Within the wider social and cultural context, this state of exception in the zoning benefits only a few. The lack of a clear commitment to build affordable housing on site is deeply troubling. The economic analysis of the project assumes at least 50% of the people who will frequent and live in the space will be from outside of the city. Not ensuring that there's a clear commitment to affordable housing on site is a condition of that is a condition of the rezoning may violate the affirmatively furthering fair housing guidance to the Fair Housing Act by knowingly denying the opportunity for the majority black residents of Little Haiti to access these new resources and opportunities. Vague, non-binding promises of city land as sweeteners do not mitigate this. What zoning applies to those city land which would supposedly be offered? The city should impose a moratorium on special area plans until it can fix the SAP process. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, gentlemen of the Commission, Mr. Chair. My name is Ringo Kayard, 6400 Northeast 64th Street in Miami. I've been in this community for 44 years. My family is the primary family who built what we call Little Haiti when nobody wanted to even hear about Little Haiti. It's amazing that I see so many people now defending Haitian, on that side. In my days, it was not proper just to say that we were Haitian. We were proud of that. And that's the same people who were against us. All of a sudden now, because there is an interest, they love Haitians. This is America, thanks God. They're talking about the developers. They forgot that in the city of Miami, it does happen that some developers lose their money. We have the Omni as an example, We have Midtown as an example. The developer lost, and it was okay. They're taking a risk to come to Little Haiti. For 50 years, nothing happened in Little Haiti. Nothing. Now we have a group who come, who wants to help us out, who will, of course, create jobs, give us opportunities, and we have a group of people who never care for Haitians. And all of a sudden they want to stop the progress. These are the people, if we are listening to their ancestor, we right now will be walking naked with a stick in our hands, trying to get some fruits or something from the trees, because they don't want no progress. When we came here, there were not too many people helping us. So that's why we have confidence in the guidance of Chairman Hardeman, Commissioner Hardeman, because his family was there with us, fighting injustice, fighting immigration. The uncles, they were there. So I don't think he will do something which is detriment to our community. I'm here to support Magic City. I say, thanks God. Finally, we have some people who realize that this is an area they could make Haitian be proud. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Pierre, and tonight I'm very, very happy and successful that I could support my city, Little Haiti. It's the best city for out of everywhere that I have been. So I just like to support them and for the commissioner in my city tonight. So I just like to say what I do for a living. I just go to church and feed the homeless. I've been doing that for 2 years, and so I'm satisfied that tonight I could just say a few words about it, and that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, gentlemen of the Commission. My name is Martin Jean-Baptiste, Petit Dieu Sir Jean-Baptiste, et Renan Chéry. I'm here representing the Keep It Haitian Vendors Association. We are located on 5903 Northeast 2nd Avenue. There are more projects coming in Little Haiti, and now I'm talking to my community. There are more projects coming to Little Haiti. We have to learn from this one and then regroup to do better next time. So I believe that with entrepreneurship, there's answers to the social economic challenges that is facing the Haitian culture. We are a group of 12 local businesses in Little Haiti and vendors that have operated in the marketplace or wants to take advantage of the development of Little Haiti. Some members don't want me to name them this evening, but I can name a few. We have T. Georges Cafe that is in the marketplace. We have Lakai Bakery that have started in the marketplace and now own their own plaza in Little Haiti. And he doesn't fear development or gentrification because he's an owner. We have Little Haiti Thrift Store, one of our clients, that are now in the marketplace. We have Black Jacobin, which is 2 Haitian ladies who come invest in Little Haiti to open a wine bar with Haitian tapas. We have Chef Tia, Nepal, Level Up. These people are my friends and family. I want to congratulate the Commissioner Hardeman's office for securing the capital and the land needed to turn the development of Little Haiti as an opportunity for our culture. My only concern is the time frame within which the funds will be available after the first 6 million. In order to take advantage of the gentrification of Little Haiti, the $4 per foot square would have to reach the existing residents and businesses before the full effect of gentrification.
Thank you very much.
I would like to take the opportunity to thank Magic City Innovation District for the following reasons. Every time that I've made suggestions to you guys, you have listened. Welcome to Little Haiti.
Thank you very much. People get louder and faster as we try to wrap it up. I appreciate it. Faster is good because we can get it done.
I'll keep it brief. My name is Eddie Arroyo. I live in 401 Northwest 42nd Street. I moved into the neighborhood a number of years ago. And I've been witnessing the change that's been going on in the neighborhood. I'm part of the gentrification process. I'm an artist as well. I've been given the opportunity to exhibit my paintings in the Haitian Heritage Museum in the Design District, talking about the gentrification in Little Haiti. And it's been very illuminating how the process has taken hold in Little Haiti and how Magic City has played its role in the process and accelerated the process of gentrification, which has been stated earlier that is going to happen with or without them. However, this SAP is going to inspire other major projects to make the process of gentrification move a lot faster. I would highly recommend that you collectively, much to echoing everyone else's sentiment, evaluate all the other projects collectively to look for a way of making certain that the prosperity that's to come to gentrification, the prosperity to come to Little Haiti benefits everyone who resides there and answers concerns regarding the evictions of businesses and residents that currently live there. Please reconsider this SAP, push it back, and evaluate it further along with the other developments that are going to come and present themselves, and use Magic City's conclusion as an example for their own objectives. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, could we hold the conversations on the side? We need to respect the speakers, please. City Attorney's Office, Planning Department, please. We can have conversations in other rooms. Thank you.
Good evening. My address is 6916 Northeast 3rd Avenue. My name is Dwayne Thwaites. I'm a business owner in Little Haiti. I'm also part of the union. I work at Marlins Ballpark. I've been in front of this board several times before. I remember one time saying that I would like, with all the SAPs that were being heard, that the commission would take a great look at all of them collectively. I think that this proposal, as it stands today, represents a significant opportunity and challenge to our community and city. The challenge is that we have to make sure that the current residents have access to the opportunities and benefits from it. In saying that, I am definitely in support of the project. I like the fact that it has negotiated community trust and have made some commitments on local hiring. With that, I'm going to close by saying to Commissioner Hardiman, you did type work on this project.
Thank you very much for your comment.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. My name is Bean Blackett. I currently reside at 5708 Northeast 2nd Ave. I have a business at 5706, which is the space right in front, and I am soon to be homesteaded at 5824 Northwest 5th Court, which is right on the western edge of Little Haiti. I am very disappointed in the way that this process took place. I was here in November for the hearing, at the end of which we watched Mr. Fairman throw a fit, threaten to take his ball and go home, and state that he thought he was just going to pay his little fee and get his project, and that would be the end of it. And it looks like he's about to get his way. And I'm so disappointed that this is what's going to happen to this neighborhood. They have a sign on their fence on the lot that says, that proudly proclaims 550 units of affordable housing. Well, $31 million doesn't even get you 500 units of housing, or 550 units of housing. Gets you about 150. So I'm really unclear how this was an improvement over what they presented last time. I'm unclear, like, why people are praising this deal, why people are praising Commissioner Hardiman. I was so proud of him last time. I was so proud of him for taking this. You know, I don't know how much money you're worth, Mr. Fairman, but, you know, taking this oligarch and sitting him down and putting him in his place, and now it looks like that has just collapsed.
Thank you.
And it's going to be a disaster for this community.
Thank you for your comments. Thank you. And if I understand correctly, the affordability portion, which we didn't really take up, is in addition to the 31 million. That within their requirements, there would be 368 units approximately of workforce on-site and 184 units of affordable off-site, corresponding with the percentages. Am I incorrect on that? Those are my calculations based on the 14% and the 7% of 2,600 units. Then just disregard my comments. I was just trying to clarify because he was stating that the affordability would come completely from the 31 million, but that's not correct either, is it? Oh, so the affordability is all within that. The requirements for the units on-site and off-site are no longer going to be understood. I misunderstood then. I'm learning more as we go. There's a lot to absorb in here. Thank you very much. Next comment, please.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, and good evening, boards of commission. My name is Francois Alexandre. I am the CEO of Conscious Contractors and also the coordinator for concerned leaders of TIET. At this point in time, I'd like to thank our lawyer, Kristen Tellis, who have done a great job in negotiating a great deal with Magic City. I also would like to thank Marlene Bastien for having to open up a lot of our eyes in regards to gentrification. And I would also like to echo Chef Creole's point in regards to front-loading more than half of the money that's going into this trust. Demographically, we are changing, and we're changing rapidly. So we would need this money to be front-loaded in order to preserve TIET. Effective timeline on the delivery of the funds, agree with the 5 to 7 years, and also the safeguard of the trust, and also making sure that we, the descendants, and the ones who live in TIET, make sure that we can continue to live there and also be able to hang with the big boys over here. So we thank Magic City for this opportunity to come in our community, to entrust us with their vision. I clearly would like to make sure there's a certain fairness that goes into this process. So I would like to say that I am in support of Magic City. I'm also in support of the great work that Commissioner Hardiman has been doing. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm actually one of the hardest critics of Keon Hardiman when it comes to it. Right, I'm gonna be real. So with that being said, for a man to stand in the gap, for a community who has not ever seen money like this, for a community who hasn't, let's be for real, there's people who's coming here, they've been in the community for 25 years, but they're not being held accountable for what has been going in the community. If the community is not developed by now, by the time I get into it, by the time he gets into it, it's because it's all our fault. But we can live to fight another day. We can also have a new day. And what that new day is for us to think about the coexisting mechanism we can put in place to coexist with Magic City, and also making sure that we're also comfortable in TIET ourselves.
Thank you for your words.
Hi, my name is Kat. I work for the National Latino Institute for Reproductive Health. We're located at 1951 Northwest 7th Avenue. I'm here, I was born in Miami. I grew up in... The main reason I'm here is because I love Haitian people. I think Haitian people bring some of the most beautiful diversity in our community. I don't know if y'all have actually spent some time in Little Haiti, but it's amazing to see the fresh pastries being made at the bakeries and eating griot and Chef Creole and listening to compa music coming from people's homes and watching people at the buses stop to go to work every morning. And I want to say, I don't know if people know this, but the folks that are taking care of our old folks, the people who are cleaning our hotel rooms, the people that are doing the jobs that nobody wants to do are Haitian people. And we're talking about that community, and that's who we want to protect. There is no affordable place to live in Miami anymore. If you push these folks out of where they're living, they have no other place to live. I read a story in the Herald about a woman who has to commute by bus 4 hours every single day from Opa-locka because she can't find an affordable place to live to work on the beach as a hotel housekeeper. Okay? So I want to say, the other thing I want to say is how much respect and love I have for Haitian women of Miami who recently changed their name 1 year ago, but that's what we're talking about, whose leader is Marlene Bastien, and I have deep mistrust for anybody who disrespects that organization. You clearly do not know what Haitian Women of Miami has done for the Haitian community in Miami. I'm sorry, but I really could not believe what I saw there, and I don't want to call attention to anybody else, but that in itself shows that there's deep lack of respect for the Haitian community. You need to look closely at those papers that are new, those pages with the community benefits agreement that have details that people have not seen, that the public has not seen. We deserve a chance to look at it, and especially the Haitian community deserves a chance to look at it carefully. I would not trust that just because they say they're going to give jobs, that those jobs are going to go to the folks in Little Haiti. So please take a look at it
Thank you very
closely.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Sir.
Good evening. My name is Jean Pilote. I am one of the members of Concerned Leaders of Little Haiti and also a member of Notre Dame d'Haïti. I am here in support to the project moving forward, and I do have faith and trust in the developers and also the community and also Commissioner Hardiman and also all of you guys to make the right decision, make sure that the best interest is in the favor of Little Haiti. And again, I am for the project moving forward and trust that we all will benefit from what's here to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Carla de Anda. I'm not Haitian, but I have worked with Marlene Bastille for a long time. I served with her as a board member of Flake. I used to live in Little Haiti, but I cannot afford it anymore. I cannot pay rent there. And we cannot pretend that the communities will not be impacted. It will be impacted. It will be gentrification. And are we sure how many houses, affordable housings, are we gonna have? I just asked, like, how many affordable houses we have right now in that part of the community? Do you know the number? How many people will be impacted? How many people will get displaced? And how many units are gonna get built? What's gonna be the impact for the people that live there, that work there, the people like me that cannot afford rent anymore there? I think that's the most important part. Did you did your homework? Did you know how many people are gonna lose the opportunity to live there, their community? Also, as Marlene Bastille, she knows that I adore her. She inspired me. She's one of my mentors, and it was disgusting the way it was treated. The lawyer of Magic City was referred by name and last name. And Marlene and Mina asked her. As an apology, I suggest that the best way is to allow them to do the presentation of 10 minutes. She deserved that and more. She was insulted. I don't know what is the issue, that they're women of color, but I think she deserved an apology, and the best way to apologize is to let them do the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Hello.
I'm Dr. Flore Lindor Latortu. I will be speaking as an inspirational speaker for Magic City, and thanking you, Chairman, for listening. Thanking also Commissioner Hardeman, thanking Marlene Bastille for her leadership, Commissioner Gott, Gypsy Metellus, and all the colleagues of Concerned Leaders. On November 15, 2018, we, the people, we left this chamber hurt, heartbroken, and in pain with the directive and the leadership of a commissioner who cared for District 5, Commissioner Hardeman. We, in the parking lot, hug each other in unity for Magic City, who will serve as example of developer for generations to come, to many other developers who wants to do business in Little Haiti, because we did challenge them for 18 months. Magic City did not get it easy, and we, women of integrity, we're gonna applaud Marlene Bastille today for a good news of TPS being extended on February 28, 2019, and let's applaud her. However, we want history to be made tonight on February 28 to 2019, for us also black women, whoever we are from Little Haiti, and when we go to those A to Z's. We did our homework, Commissioner Alderman, from November 15 and so Magic City. You told them to go and check on affordable housing. We followed them, and as a woman of integrity and a woman of media, I challenged them. I followed them with my mic, with my television crew, and also the people calling the show. Let it be, we the people, we work together on the benefit package, not that they impose us, but that we request it. Let us see community benefit is included today, whether that you are for or against. You, the commissioners, you asked for us to have forums. We did not have backdoor deal, but we sat since January 3rd, leaving our families behind to put our heads together, and we had so far 4 forums. We want for Little Haiti to have a facelift. The funds that will be given to us will be done fairly after we fight for. Letter D, we had dialogue. As Gypsy Metally stated, not perfect dialogue. Tonight, Chairman, you are not watching division, but diversity of opinion. For good economic development with letter E, we fought the right fight, because tonight on the guard and in the United States, instead, we have inclusion, integrity. We also have the union members asking for jobs, and that is here tonight. Lastly, we always referred to Little Haiti as opposing, but tonight we want to hear opportunity. No more poverty when people are addressing Haitians, but potential and prosperity. We have had many storms in this chamber, but we are offering safety net. The reality check, Chairman, is that you said you wanted to see the rainbow. The rainbow will be on February 28, 2019, because we, the people of Little Haiti, deserve that change.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jean Soufflant, and for full disclosure, I have been working for Magic City since they came to the community. And the reason for that is because I believe on being at the table to ensure that your community is represented to the full extent. I have also been going to Notre Dame de Haiti for the past 27 years. I have seen the effect of the people of the neighborhood, and I have seen the need to have developers develop the area, because I want to be able, when I'm no longer able to stand, be proud of Little Haiti because of what it becomes, because of what people see in it. People have been coming to Little Haiti for the past many, many years, and yet they've not invested what needs to be invested in neighborhood to be what it needs to be. I want to say this: Marlene Bassin remains one of the potomitan of our community. And I don't think the deal that we have tonight will have gone where it is if Marlene Bassin had not challenged the developers. So chapeau bas for Marlene Bassin for what she's represented for the community, for what she's done, for the developers to move towards a higher deal, for what she's done for me to know that our community deserves better. So tonight, I encourage you to support this deal, because I am for it, because I think Little Haiti deserves better. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, Chairman. Good evening, Commissioner, and all staff. My name is Pastor Eric Jules. I am lead the church One God in Quipeson, 495 Northwest 77th Street. I'm the member of Concern Leader also. I've seen so many people talking about that project tonight. Some people against, but all the people against that project have one question for them. You know what question? If they got better deal for us, bringing. If you don't got nothing to offer us, don't leave my hand empty. When we have a project coming for the community, it's not for me. I'm old now. Think about the future tomorrow. So when sometimes the people come, they say, I got to meet the people. Father Richie said that. The pastor and the priest, they got more people. I'm not preach at the church. I teach the people to buy the property. If you live any good, I don't know the name exactly, the servant, sometimes we leave the gate open. You don't do nothing. And some people come to take care of that. Why you against them? I support that project. Welcome. It's not for me. It's not for my future, for the kids tomorrow. May God bless you.
Thank you for your comment.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandy Dorsonville. First time actually giving Miami address. I'm a proud business owner of 5930 Northeast 2nd Avenue, soon to be Noir Gallery and Lounge. Full disclosure, I also have been given the privilege of participating in this Magic City project as the liaison between the community and the owners of the project. I am a child of Little Haiti. I have been serving the community since I was 16 years old. I attended Archbishop Curley Notre Dame High School. I volunteered at probably every single social service agency in Little Haiti. I served as the director of the Little Haiti Cultural Complex, and I now produce special events and cultural events in Little Haiti. This deal for the community is probably not perfect, but it's what we have at this moment, and it's more than anybody else has ever done in this community. And I think in good conscience, as all of us sit here and we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this deal, we just have to be honest and truthful and say that this is the most that we've had. And I want to publicly thank Commissioner Hardiman for putting it all on the line for us and for speaking on behalf of the community that has not always been gracious to him. But he continued to represent us with all that he had. And I support this project because it's giving us a direction. It's giving us a tunnel. It might not be the light at the end of the tunnel, but at least we have a tunnel to walk through at this point as a community. And there's a way we can begin to see our youth walking in a better direction. So I thank the commission for taking the time to listen to all of this, and I ask them to continue to do their jobs and to protect this investment that has been made in Little Haiti. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comment. Madame Bastien, we have not yet established your intervener status for the group. I believe this is the close of public comment, if there's no others willing to speak. So, if you don't, you have not yet reached the point of a body decision to grant this. And so, if your documentation is not ready at this time, that you want to put it to a test, you can use your 2 minutes at this point to say your piece. I just don't want to force you to, if you're not ready with your financial documents and that may disqualify you and you feel you'd like those. Commissioner Hardiman, of course.
Thank you. We've been doing public comment for each individual item, is that correct?
Yes.
So we have not done a public comment on PZ9, is that correct? PZ9 is the
correct
zoning SAP updates.
Correct.
Right? Do you mind asking if there's anyone from the public that wants to speak on PZ9?
I would prefer to try to finish up one item at a time.
But here I'm going with it. Because PZ9, for people who think that there's going to be unfettered access for SAPs in the city of Miami, PZ9 is actually an item that limits the ability for SAPs to consider T3 properties. So these are single-family home properties. Some duplexes are also within those properties. So what that means is that these are houses that traditional people who live in the neighborhoods for a very long time have owned. They have always been affordable to people in the community. That may be on the low-hanging fruit of developers to come purchase and try to include. So now eradicating neighborhoods and actually creating SAPs out of people's homes. And I want to just, even if you don't consider it just before this vote, I want it to be recognized on the record while we're handling this SAP that we have legislation on this very agenda that is limiting the ability for SAPs to move forward.
Thank you very much. I would like to keep together one item with, I just keep consistent on this, but the point is very well taken. SAPs are a big issue in this city, and a lot of people feel that there needs to be a more comprehensive plan of how we look at them and the controls on them, and this certainly is one way to definitely create protections for the single-family neighborhood. So, would you like to try to establish your unitary status at this moment, or shall we move with public comment?
Well, it might make sense to move to public comment because at this moment what we have at our hands is testimonial evidence, and it's my position that testimonial evidence is sufficient, but if you wanted further documentary evidence, then we would have to go and get it. So if that would make it fatal to the granting of status, then I would rather put it off to
It certainly could. D'accord. Madame Bastien, s'il vous plaît, if you'd like to have your time.
Yes, and I'll also have my two.
You have. Oh, you'd like to speak first.
I would.
Yes.
You know, I think the reason why we have moved for intervener status is to have a little bit more time from the community side to be able to raise some of the issues that we have seen with this project. It's not just a question of money. It's also the question of the way that these documents are structured that are going to set a precedent for SAPs going forward. Because this is the first SAP that is moving forward in a neighborhood of this nature, of this scale, that, you know, is structured in a way that, to me, in my analysis, I mean, of course, I've not seen these most recent documents, which to me is a problem because the community has not actually had the benefit of, you know, being able to actually evaluate whether the documents that support the things that are being said are actually in the interest, in the long-term interest of both Little Haiti and the rest of Miami. But you know, if I were to base my testimony, which I had already prepared, on the documents from before, I saw many deficiencies, including, for example, with respect to transit. In the regulating plan, it refers in certain places to this being a transit-oriented development. It is not. There is no station contemplated within a half mile radius from the SAP area, and yet they're seeking significant parking reductions that are based on this project being a transit-oriented development. Is that something that we would allow to move forward without looking at that more closely? Similarly, I mean, again, it looks like the public benefits section has been completely changed, but something that was a concern of to me was that the developer was basically allowed to add new benefits categories, assign a quota of square footage to bonus footage to it, and you know, that not be questioned. Similarly, you know, the same open space, civic space was counted 3 times towards bonus height. So that's the kind of thing that if the project is going to move forward with that type of language in it and set a precedent for other SAPs going forward, that is a serious concern for all of Miami and not just Little Haiti. And so the reason why we are here is not to talk about the fund. The fund is awesome. I mean, if Little Haiti has more money to build affordable housing and all, and, you know, train folks and you know, provide youth programs, nobody is against that. But the point is that the documents need to set the right tone and precedent for the rest of Miami.
Thank you very much.
just wanted to yield my 2 minutes to Marlene to give her.
Chair, the speaker's name. Your name, please, sir. David McDougall.
Thank you. David McDougall, 4231 Northwest 11th Place, Miami 33161.
Thank you again. I think that one thing that I believe Magic City has done successfully for the past year is throwing the seeds of division in our community. And in the way they've treated our organization, talking as though they know our organization, what we've done, and treating us with such disrespect, which is the way they've conducted their business for the past year, is a clear indication that we as a community need more time to look into this mega project. Look at Little Haiti and its surrounding. We know that whether we have $35 million, no matter how you look at it, there is no way, no shape or form that Little Haiti can sustain a mega project, a mega development at the magnitude of Magic City. There is no way. One of our biggest asks that has been denied is to agree to having affordable housing on site. If a mega development was coming to your community, commissioners, and then the development insisted of not allowing the residents to be able to access the services, the units that they are building, when we consider that the median income of the residents of Little Haiti is $21,000, and in order to rent any unit from this mega development project, we need to make at least $60,000 to $70,000 by Magic City's own account. So, if the development is not being done for the people, then who is it being done for? So, for the past year, farmers had to truly divert its resources, not the $30,000 lousy dollars that we receive. Farmers had to divert its resources to support members who have been facing eviction, to support renters, to provide counseling to family members who have suffered from high level of anxiety because of they lost their apartments that they've been renting for years, businesses that have lost their only way of supporting their families. Every day at farm, we have to divert our organizer who could be organizing around other issues, and yet she has to do canvassing in Little Haiti. She has to speak to the homeowners of Little Haiti, homeowners who are being pressured to sell. Our communication director, and I will give you the amounts. I was able to consult our fiscal coordinator, and then he was able to give us this amount. Our communication director, we have to divert bi-weekly $2,500. Community organizer, $2,600. We meet for most times every other Thursday to respond to questions to renters, homeowners, about issues that they face. an average $250 for food and beverage, for a total of $5,650. So we have proof that fund deserves to have standing, because we can prove without a shadow of a doubt that for the past year we have been forced to shift resources.
Thank you.
In order to support, members who are displaced, members who lost their homes, businesses who lost their only means of survival in Little Haiti. And I'm going to end by saying, commissioners, 20 years from now, we will be looking at tonight. Because this SAP is extremely important and vital. It will set the precedence for every other development coming to Little Haiti in the future. We cannot fail to do this right. We have to get it right. And we need time. We need time to make sure that we get it right. We cannot rush through this process. And that is why we are asking for standing, because there are some flaws in the process, and we'd like to have time to address them. It's not only about money. It's not only about
Thank you very much.
money. Thank you so much for having us tonight.
Thank you, Mark. All right, we'll be closing public